Gentlemen, let's talk. Not about aging, but about the quiet signals your body has been trying to send you each morning. If you've noticed that your mornings feel different lately, no more early stiffness, no morning energy, no sign of your usual vitality, this message is for you. Now, I know how easy it is to chalk this up to getting older. You're not 25 anymore, and that's okay. But what if I told you that the real issue isn't just age? What if I told you that what's missing from your breakfast might be the reason blood isn't flowing the way it used to? I'm Dr. Jonathan Prescott. I've spent over 30 years in men's health, urology, hormone therapy, performance, and vitality. And what I've seen, time and again, is this. The body never forgets how to heal. It just needs the right message and the right morning fuel. And that's exactly what this video is about. I'm going to show you 4 simple, natural breakfast foods that I've used in my clinic to help thousands of men, just like you, restore circulation, boost energy, and feel connected to their bodies again. No medications, no gimmicks, just science-backed nourishment. And by the end of this video, I'll give you a practical, no-nonsense morning plan to help you feel strong, steady, and in control, starting tomorrow. Because it's not too late. It never was. Let's begin.
1. Oatmeal plus chia seeds, the artery awakener. Let me take you back to a quiet Tuesday morning in my clinic. Henry, 71, sat across from me, a retired engineer with a sharp mind but a heavy look in his eyes. "Doc," he said softly, "my legs feel stiff every morning. Cold feet, no sensation, not even where it matters. Is this just aging?" I looked him straight in the eye and said, "No, Henry, this isn't aging. This is your blood flow whispering for help." You see, what most men don't realize is that circulation isn't just about the heart. It's about the arteries feeding your muscles, nerves, and yes, your manhood. And when those vessels get clogged, stiff, or inflamed, blood doesn't move like it used to. So what did I prescribe? Not a pill, not a patch. Just a bowl of oatmeal topped with a tablespoon of chia seeds. Simple? Yes. But powerful? You have no idea. Why it works? Oatmeal, especially steel-cut or rolled oats, is rich in beta-glucan, a soluble fiber that actively lowers bad cholesterol and scrubs plaque from artery walls like a soft brush cleaning out your pipes. And chia seeds? They're a little powerhouse packed with magnesium for relaxed blood vessels, omega-3s to reduce inflammation, potassium to regulate blood pressure, and plant-based protein to stabilize blood sugar and energy. When taken together, oatmeal and chia act like a morning tune-up for your cardiovascular system. They gently wake up your arteries, calm inflammation, and give your lower body the nutrients it's been begging for. How to use it? Here's what I told Henry and what I tell most of my male patients. Half a cup of cooked oatmeal, warm and unflavored. 1 full tablespoon of chia seeds soaked in warm water for 5 minutes or sprinkled right in. Add a few berries or a pinch of cinnamon if you like, but skip the sugar. Eat this slowly. Let your body feel it. Let it signal we're starting the day with care, not chaos. What happened to Henry? 2 weeks later, he came back with a smile I hadn't seen in years. "Doc," he said, chuckling, "I woke up this morning with warm feet and a little more blood where I hadn't felt blood in a while. That's not magic. That's oxygen returning to forgotten places. That's hope with a spoon. So if you're feeling cold, sluggish, or disconnected down there, Try starting your day with this simple combo, because sometimes the path to better blood flow begins not in the bedroom, but at the breakfast table. 2 whole eggs, the forgotten fuel for male strength. Richard was 67 when he walked into my office. Former Navy, tough handshake, eyes that had seen storms. But when he sat down, something in his voice cracked just slightly. "Doc, I don't feel like a man anymore. I'm not asking to be 25 again. I just want to feel alive down there, even once." Now, I've heard this quiet confession more times than I can count. It's not always about sex. Sometimes it's about identity, about the feeling of being in command of your body and not just a passenger in it. So I asked him a simple question. "What do you eat for breakfast?" He blinked. "Usually just coffee, maybe toast. That's all." And there it was. No protein, no nutrients, no signal to his hormones that it's time to switch on. Why eggs matter, especially after 60? Whole eggs, yes, with the yolk, are one of the most complete, bioavailable sources of nourishment for the aging male body. Here's what each golden center delivers. Vitamin D supports testosterone production. Choline improves nerve communication. Vitamin B12 fuels red blood cell formation. Leucine, a key amino acid that repairs and grows muscle tissue. Healthy fats to absorb fat-soluble vitamins and stabilize energy. But here's the part most people miss. These nutrients don't just benefit your heart or biceps. They feed the deep pelvic muscles, the ones that support erections, bladder control, and even posture. When these muscles weaken, everything begins to fade. Function, confidence, connection. What I told Richard? Eat 2 whole eggs every morning. No egg whites, no boxed substitutes. Real food, real nutrients, real results. 4 weeks later, Richard walked back into my office with a grin that said it all. "Doc, I woke up with an erection. First time in over 2 years. I didn't think it was possible." That's not some miracle from a pill. That's biology responding to nourishment. How to use it? Here's the routine I recommend. 2 whole eggs, cooked the way you enjoy, boiled, poached, scrambled in olive oil. Pair with a small side of greens or avocado if you like. No toast needed, no processed meats. Let the eggs shine. Eat within the first 30 to 60 minutes of waking, when your testosterone is highest and your nervous system is most responsive. What it really means? Eggs aren't just food. They're a message to your body that you haven't given up. They say, "I still care. I still fight. I still show up." So if your mornings feel hollow, if your legs feel weak or your confidence is slipping, maybe don't reach for another coffee. Reach for eggs. Because sometimes the difference between giving up and starting over is sitting right there in your fridge.
3. Steamed sweet potato plus mineral salt. The morning grounder that awakens the lower body. Thomas was 70 when I met him, a soft-spoken widower. His movements were slow, deliberate, as if gravity had gotten heavier. He sat across from me, hands folded, and quietly said, "Mornings are the hardest, Doc. I wake up and my legs feel like concrete. I lean on the dresser just to stand. And there's nothing going on down there anymore. It's like that part of me shut off." This wasn't about vanity. It wasn't even about intimacy. It was about feeling alive in his own body again, rooted, steady, present. So I asked, "What do you eat first thing in the morning?"
He paused. "Nothing really. Maybe a banana if I remember." And that's where we begin. Why sweet potato matters more than you think. After a night of sleep, especially as we age, your nervous system is thirsty for minerals and your muscles are desperate for glycogen, your body's form of stored energy. This is particularly true for the pelvic region, lower back, thighs, and yes, your manhood. Steamed sweet potatoes are an ideal source of clean, complex carbs. No sugar crashes, no inflammation, just steady fuel for your nerves and blood vessels. But here's the kicker. It's the mineral salt that activates it. Not table salt, not the kind you find in a shaker at a diner. I'm talking about unrefined sea salt, like Himalayan pink salt or Celtic salt. Why? Because these salts contain magnesium, essential for muscle relaxation and nerve signals. Potassium balances sodium and supports blood pressure. Over 80 trace minerals, the quiet keys your cells are missing. Together, this combo gently wakes your circulation, supports blood flow to the pelvis, and restores the spark in areas that may have gone quiet. What I told Thomas. Steam half a sweet potato, sprinkle it with a pinch of mineral salt, eat it warm, slowly. Make it your morning ritual. Not a snack, a signal. 3 days later, he called me, and I'll never forget what he said. "Doc, I stood up this morning without holding the nightstand, and I actually felt something in my groin again." Now, I'm not saying sweet potatoes are magic, but when you give your body what it's been missing, not stimulants, not sugar, not more pills, but real mineral-rich food, your circulation responds, your nerves wake up, your confidence returns. How to use it. Steam or bake half a medium sweet potato, skin on. Add a small pinch of unrefined mineral salt, pink or gray. Eat it within 30 minutes of waking, ideally before any caffeine. No butter, no syrup, just the root and the salt. That's the medicine. Why this matters? Most men in their 60s and 70s don't need more caffeine or more supplements. They need stability, a sense that their body still has rhythm, that their legs can carry them, that their pelvis is still alive. Sweet potatoes don't just nourish, they ground you. They're nature's quiet reminder that healing is still possible. So tomorrow morning, before your phone, before the news, before you disappear into the day, give yourself this simple act of care and watch what stirs back to life. 4. Watermelon, the sweet signal your arteries have been waiting for. Bill was 68, a former high school coach with stories in his smile. But when he walked into my office, that smile had faded. "Doc, I'm doing the walks, I'm cutting back on the fried stuff, but honestly, I just feel flat, like there's no charge in the system anymore." I leaned forward and asked, "When was the last time you had watermelon?" He raised an eyebrow. "Watermelon? Haven't touched it in years. Isn't that just sugar water?" Ah, there it was, the great misconception. Because hidden inside that bright red flesh, and more importantly, in the white rind we always throw away, is something your arteries are begging for: citrulline. Why watermelon matters? Citrulline is an amino acid that the body converts into arginine, which in turn becomes nitric oxide, the very compound that helps your blood vessels dilate, relax, and carry blood where it's most needed.
Yes, the same pathway Viagra targets, but watermelon does it naturally, gently, without spiking your heart rate or messing with your rhythm. When you're over 60, your nitric oxide production is already cut in half. And for many men, that's the real reason behind cold feet, poor recovery, or erectile issues. Not testosterone, not aging, just low flow. The twist is, it's in the rind. That pale green-white layer we all toss aside, it's richer in citrulline than the red part. I know it's not sweet, it's not sexy, but it's powerful. You can slice it thin and blend it into smoothies, or just chew on a few pieces with your breakfast. No, it won't win a taste award, but it might bring blood back to places you thought were gone for good. What happened with Bill? I told him, each morning eat a few slices of watermelon. If you can, include the rind. Let it be the first thing your arteries taste. 2 weeks later, he came back, different. His eyes had more spark. His handshake had more confidence. "Doc," he said, grinning, "I don't know how to say this delicately, but something's working again. I even woke up in the middle of the night for the right reason." We laughed, because sometimes joy sneaks in when the blood starts flowing again. How to use it? 1 cup of fresh watermelon eaten first thing in the morning. Include a few slices of the rind, blended or chewed. Best when consumed on an empty stomach before caffeine. Avoid mixing it with dairy or heavy food. Let it work solo. Why this matters? Watermelon isn't just a summer treat. It's vascular therapy disguised as fruit. It's a message to your arteries that says, let's open the doors again. No side effects, no scripts, just fruit doing what pharmaceuticals try to mimic. So the next time someone tells you watermelon's just sugar, you can smile and say, nope, it's my morning circulation protocol, prescribed by my doctor, and mean it.
5 morning action plan. Reclaiming flow, 1 bite at a time. So now you've seen the 4 foods: oatmeal plus chia seeds, the artery sweeper; whole eggs, the hormone restorer; steamed sweet potato and mineral salt, the lower body recharger; watermelon with rind, the nitric oxide spark. You might be wondering, do I need to eat all 4 every morning? Not at all. In fact, trying to overhaul everything at once is the fastest way to give up. What matters most isn't what you choose, it's that you choose, and you do it consistently. Pick your starter weapon. Here's what I tell my patients. Choose just one, stick to it for 7 days, then observe. If you're waking up foggy and sluggish, try sweet potato plus mineral salt. If you want to support testosterone and muscle tone, go with eggs. If your arteries feel tight and stiff, cold feet, poor circulation, try oatmeal plus chia seeds. If your mornings feel flat and quiet down there, go for watermelon with rind. Write it on a sticky note. Leave it by the coffee machine. Build the habit where you already are. You don't need a complete lifestyle change. You need a small, daily agreement with your body. Time it right. Eat within 30 to 60 minutes of waking. No caffeine first. Give your body food, not a jolt. Eat slow, without your phone. Let your nervous system feel safe, not rushed. This one practice tells your brain, heart, vessels, and hormones we are not in a fight. We're building strength. Track one thing. Don't worry about weight or cholesterol right now. For this week, just track one thing. How do your mornings feel? More energy in your legs? Less stiffness in your hips? A little more sensation where it matters? That's your body talking. That's progress. A note from me to you. Gentlemen, most of you don't need a miracle drug. You just need one quiet win before 8 a.m. Not for your ego, not for your partner, for you. Because when you win the morning, you begin to believe that change is still possible. And that belief
Rewise everything.
6. Final message. You're not done yet. If you've made it this far, it tells me something. You're not here for gimmicks. You're not looking for a shortcut. You're looking for truth. The truth is, I've sat across from hundreds of men, strong men, proud men, who whispered the same question. Is this just how it ends? Quietly fading? No, it's not. Aging is not a decline. It's an invitation to return to your body, to listen to its signals, and to rebuild from the inside out. You may not be 25 anymore, but you're also not done. In fact, some of the most powerful healing I've ever witnessed didn't come from surgeries or prescriptions. It came from small, consistent decisions made by men who decided not to give up, starting with breakfast. You don't need a second chance. You need a first step. And that step isn't heroic. It's simple. A bowl of oatmeal with chia seeds, 2 whole eggs eaten slowly and with purpose, half a sweet potato with a touch of mineral salt, a slice of watermelon, yes, even the rind. These aren't trends. These are tools. When used with intention, they do more than nourish your body. They restore your agency, your dignity, your belief that there is still something to build each day. So here's what I ask. Tomorrow morning, pick one. Not next week, not when you feel like it. Tomorrow. Because the clock isn't just ticking. It's inviting you to rise, to respond, to rebuild. One breakfast, one bite, one man deciding, I'm not finished yet. And if that's you, I see you. I believe in you. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to begin.